Dear Patriots, before the news starts, please subscribe to our patriotic channel by clicking the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up to this video. Don't forget to leave your opinion below in the comments section. Share the news on Facebook and Twitter so your friends see it. Thank you.
Congressman introduces bill that will punish the NFL for allowing National Anthem protests. NFL fans are getting sick and tired of overprivileged football players disrespecting our national anthem and our country. However, Indiana Republican Congressman Milo Smith has introduced a bill for his state that could be the solution. To me, when they take a knee during the national anthem, it's not respecting the national anthem or our country. Our government isn't perfect, but it's still the best country in the world, and I think we need to be respectful of it, said Smith. The proposed bill would allow people who want their money back to get refunds when players protest the anthem. Smith and his daughters went to the Colts September game against the Cleveland Browns when a group of players decided to kneel for the anthem. He was offended but stayed at the game. "I'm pretty patriotic, and it didn't sit right with me," said Smith. Jane Henniger, executive director of ACLU Indiana, is highly against the bill. In effect, by passing the law, government would be weighing in and fining political speech by the Indianapolis Colts. "It seems like the worst thing that could happen is government weighing in and trying to control in any direction the political speech of private actors," she said. Smith defended the bill by saying that it doesn't stop someone from kneeling. Trump, Haley, and Tillerson just stood side by side and delivered a message that will send chills down Kim Jong-un's spine. Talk about the dream team. President Trump, Ambassador to the UN Nikki Haley, and Secretary of State Rex Tillerson just conducted a meeting and held a press conference on the serious situation in North Korea. President Trump took the time to answer questions on North Korea and show the world that his administration is united and that he is working tirelessly with other countries to find a solution to this international crisis. President Trump said of his conference, "We had a very good meeting, we talked about North Korea, we're all very unified, we have been from the beginning. This is something that has to stop, we all feel that very strongly." Advertisement. He continued by saying he will be speaking to the China's President Xi Jinping, who he has been increasingly at odds with over their inaction with North Korea. "I will be speaking to President Xi tonight, from China, and we're working very closely with China and with other countries." China has proven itself reluctant to cooperate, but President Trump is ready to have those hard conversations and pressure China into sticking up for the U.S. against North Korea. Already China has promised that it would not protect North Korea if the Hermit Kingdom attacked the U.S. first. When asked about our closer allies in the region, South Korea and Japan, President Trump emphasized that they were happy with the work the U.S. has been doing so far. "They feel more reassured with me than they have with other presidents from the past, because no one has really done the job that they're supposed to be doing, and that's why we're in the situation we're in right now. And it's a very bad situation, a very dangerous situation, and it will not continue, that I can tell you. So I think South Korea is very happy, and I think Japan is very happy." When asked if a peaceful solution would be possible, President Trump replied, "Hopefully, it will all work out. Nobody loves a peaceful solution more than President Trump, that I can tell you. But this has been going on for many years. It would have been a lot easier to have solved this many years ago before they got in the position that they're in right now, but we will see what happens." President Trump has a tough job on his hands. North Korea has been able to build up its weapons arsenal for years because politicians continue to turn a blind eye to this rogue nation. Now President Trump has to pick up the pieces. Luckily he's a tough guy, and with his team standing by his side, we can feel confident that America will be safe. Right after North Korea threat, Trump just called up Guam and gave best news imaginable. What the leftists want to call a vacation has actually been President Trump working around the clock to keep us safe from threats on all sides. Heck, just 2 days ago Kim Jong-un threatened to nuke Guam, a U.S. territory. So what did President Trump do? Well, only the best thing imaginable. He called up Governor Eddie Calvo, who posted the whole video online, and gave him the news Guam wanted to hear. President Trump promised that the US is gonna keep Guam safe from North Korea. As y'all can clearly see from that video, Governor Calvo is clearly a very big fan of the way Trump handles himself. Speaking for the people of Guam, he said he has never felt safer than he does with Trump at the helm. It's an understandable sentiment considering the things the US has let North Korea and China do in that region since the mid-90s. Thanks to a bunch of failed US leadership, North Korea has ICBMs with plutonium nukes attached and China is building artificial military islands in the South China Sea. Also, you may have noticed the two of them chatted quite a bit about tourism in Guam. It turns out that when they are not under threat, Guam really is a tropical paradise. They even put out an ad about their tourism to capitalize on the chaos. I'm not joking. So, help share Trump's message that America will always protect our allies. We need this to get out to everyone everywhere and leave Trump a big amen in the comments. Sarah Huckabee Sanders mockingly awards NID columnist for the dumbest Trump statement of 2017. The media has told a lot of ridiculous lies about Trump. They compare him to Hitler, ISIS, and North Korea. They claim that America doesn't like Trump, using the same type of polling that predicted that Trump didn't stand a chance against Hillary. Sarah Huckabee Sanders wrote a tweet describing the worst Trump prediction of the year. Greatest story of the year, booming at real Donald Trump economy. Worst prediction for the year, tweeted Sanders with a photo of an article predicting that Trump will ruin the economy and it will never recover. It really does now look like President Donald J. Trump, and markets are plunging. When might we expect them to recover? Asks New York Times writer Paul Krugman. Frankly, I find it hard to care much, even though this is my specialty. The disaster for America and the world has so many aspects that the economic ramifications are way down my list of things to fear. Still, I guess people want an answer. If the question is when markets will recover, a first-pass answer is never, wrote Krugman. Under any circumstances, putting an irresponsible, ignorant man who takes his advice from all the wrong people in charge of the nation with the world's most important economy would be very bad news. What makes it especially bad right now, however, is the fundamentally fragile state much of the world is still in, 8 years after the great financial crisis, wrote Krugman. The economy has been growing more and more under President Trump. Conservative Bret Stephens claims Trump's policy victories mean nothing as long as he is mean to people. New York Times writer Bret Stephens claims that he is a conservative, and a never-Trumper. While he can admit that Trump has done amazing things since he was elected, he still can't appreciate Trump because Trump is a meanie. Tax cuts, deregulation, more for the military, less for the United Nations. The Islamic State crushed in its heartland. Assad hit with cruise missiles. Troops to Afghanistan. Arms for Ukraine. A tougher approach to North Korea. Jerusalem recognized as Israel's capital. The Iran deal decertified. Title IX kangaroo courts on campus condemned. Yes to Keystone. No to Paris. Wall Street roaring and consumer confidence high, writes Stephens. And, of course, Neil Gorsuch on the Supreme Court. What, for a conservative, is there to dislike about this policy record as the Trump administration rounds out its first year in office? He wrote. That's the question I keep hearing from old friends on the right who voted with misgiving for Donald Trump last year and now find reasons to like him. I admit it gives me pause. I agree with every one of the policy decisions mentioned above. But I still wish Hillary Clinton were president, he wrote. So why does he wish this? Trump's personality, the lying, Narcissism, bullying, bigotry, crassness, name-calling, ignorance, paranoia, incompetence and pettiness, writes the New York Times. Trump's winning personality is part of the reason he has been able to accomplish so much. What do you think?